Well, hello, folks. It's 9:30. A little bit late for me. I try to be up by now. Just getting up. Just finished a cup of coffee. Well, actually, I just finished the pot. Here's my first cup. Cheers. When the coffee is right, it's soothing. When the coffee is right, it's downright soothing. So it's election time, and I'm getting bombarded with these spam messages, and I just block them, and they just keep coming. Sucks. Love Supreme. So, yesterday I received a couple things, some music, and also a small gift. Dan, you know who April is if you see this. April here in Omaha. This was pretty cool. She sent me this bookmark. Punk rock authors with a very nice little letter. She said, "I thought of you when I saw this bookmark. Thank you for being an inspiration to me and so many others." Wow. And so it says punk rock authors, and on the other side it has these funny portraits of important authors punked out. Marcel Proust, Maya Angelou, Virginia Woolf, Langston Hughes, Jane Austen, Oscar Wilde, punked out. If you can see that. Proust with the Bowie. Pretty cool. You have to be sure and thank April for that. People are so kind. I also received some music, and it was perfect for my night listen. Jim, you were right. I received a couple of CDs from a Jim Wilson who lives down in Kansas, just down the way. And really nice letter. My goodness, Jim. We do have things in common. I appreciate you sharing with me what's going on with you, and the fact that we have a lot of music in common in our collections. And I'm hoping for the best regarding your health, because you shared that with me. But I'm going to let you folks know that Jim Wilson's music is really good. Let me put this together, because I'm also happy because he had asked me a while back, who was I using to manufacture CDs? I told him, and he had his made through Atomic Disc. He sent me 2 of his new CDs. He's called Zone of Tones. Softly at Dusk, The Cool Rain Began is one. And this is the one, actually, this is my night listen from last night. This is wonderful. Jim, like I was saying earlier, in an earlier video, some of the best music is not offline, but it's out of the view of the mainstream press. And so you don't hear about it, you don't see it being reviewed. And here's an example of it. Jim's project is called Zone of Tones. He's on Bandcamp. These aren't on Bandcamp yet. I highly recommend this one in particular. He sent me 2. This is the one that I listened to a couple times last night because it's right on time. Beautiful, flowing, droning, ambient music. Softly at dusk, the cool rain began. Zone of Tones. And he asked me who I was getting my CDs made through, which is Atomic Disc. And he went for the same deal. This is the Wallet Light, where it's just a single piece of cardboard, basically, printed on both sides, rather than some manufacturers where there's waste involved. And this is wonderful. I do think that if we were to meet, we would probably get along quite well, Jim. This is fantastic. Highly recommend this, people. It's in the zone of Brian Eno, the droning Tangerine Dream. This is really good. Now this one I listened to a bit, but I have to get back to it because this one just really knocked me out. But he also sent me Within the Sun's Shadows. And once again, I really like the Atomic Discs Wallet Light approach to CD manufacture. These look great. They play great. Within the Sun's Shadows. Thank you so much, Jim. This is really good. Folks that like ambient music, quiet, contemplative, electronic, this is it. Unfortunately, the plastic on one of these ripped already. No big deal because this is really good, especially this one. Softly at dusk, the cool rain began. I played this a couple times last night because it was hitting me so good. You know, I have to get up and go to the bathroom and come back and start it over again. And then this morning, before getting out of bed, I lay there for a while and listened to it again. Real good. Thank you for sharing that with me, Jim. Thank you. Cheers, people. It's not cold, but it's not warm either, so I'm just for a change, I thought I would not put on my sweater, and you can see what t-shirt I have on, the illustrious John Coltrane. Thank you for your kind words in the comments. I erased some comments that were made on an old video I made when Scott Walker died, and some people just really have to have an attitude, you know, and I just erase it. It doesn't bother me. It's like, well, you know, people can't come over here and tell me what I'm doing. You don't know what I'm doing. That's your interpretation. That's your mind. That's your brain acting funny, not mine. Don't put that shit on me, y'all. So what I did today is I keep thinking about trying to dig up and show my favorites, but the whole collection is my favorites. So what I did this morning is I grabbed and I didn't look at it. I just grabbed a bunch out of the shelves in the kitchen, and I'm just going to show what I grabbed, and we'll see what I grabbed. Starting with this. Cold Blood, Lydia Pence. White Folks with Soul on the San Francisco label, Bay Area band. Contemporaries of Tower of Power. My older brother turned me onto this band because they're so funky. I mean, they, you know, this was back when it was still an anomaly for white people to really get funk together. And this album was made in 1969. Okay? And they were getting it. They were getting it. Lydia Pence had a big voice. I don't know if she's still alive or not. Hope she is. What's next? Okay. I didn't prepare. I'm just showing you what's in my collection. I just grabbed a bunch. This is on the Orange Milk label. The artist is Cola Sensory Dub Example. I don't remember what this sounds like. I know that when I picked up a grip of records on this label, orange milk that I was impressed with it. You know, digital, electronic. This will have to get played. I don't remember what this sounds like at all. So this is fun. Here's one where I got turned on to this artist while I was down in Atlanta for a wedding many years ago. And my friend Jordan Knoll, who's a filmmaker, had worked, he did the artwork for this album, Coinship, Godspeed to the General. Now, he just gave me a copy, just to be giving me a copy, but I really like this. Tishiman is the artist behind this, or the label behind this, Tishiman. This is numbered. I got number 13 out of 500. I can't describe this because it's been a while, but I remember liking this really well, being surprised how well I liked it. I remember there's a woman singing. I think it's a woman that's the main protagonist of this group. Coinship. So a bit of more of the discovering my own, what's on my own shelves. This is good because besides rehearsal, this gives me something else to do today. I remember the other documentary that I watched. I watched a couple of documentaries about Bob Dylan when he went electric. And there's a couple where it's people, the photographer, Barry Feinstein is his name, and there's another crew person who took a lot of pictures and video, and it's all online on YouTube. And it was very interesting, fascinating to watch and to see. I really do understand the enigma of Bob Dylan. I do understand the enigma of Bob Dylan. Here's one that needs to be played. Jean-Pierre Labrador, Coincidences, a guitarist who I have another album by them. Well, there it is. Thankfully, I put them together. Duh. It's that European feel to me. That's the only thing I can say. It's just not American, and I like it a lot. This is the first one I had by him. Coincidence. Some small label out of France. It's jazz rock, and then there's a slight progginess to it as well. But he can play. I mean, he's a good player, but he also has a good ear. These are some nice tunes. Nothing superb, but nice. I had listened to some Coil recently on the computer, but it was from this album, Music to Play in the Dark. And their music can sometimes hit me kind of creepy, but it's also sonically almost always very interesting. What the music is coming from, the text sometimes is like, well, I'm not really interested in that. But this is, thought I'd be worth showing that. You ever seen that famous picture of Peter Christopherson and John Balance where Pete has shit all over his face? That's not mud, that's shit, y'all. I'm not into that. Here is a picture disc of Coil. Window Pane. I remember when they were showing this on MTV, the video for Window Pane, and I really liked it. Coil. The only other thing I have by Coil, because I had more records, I had Horse Rotavator, and I sold it. It just kind of disturbed me. More than I was entertained, I was disturbed by it, so I got rid of it. But I've kept this one. Gold is the metal. This is not a There's several versions of this. This is just black vinyl. But this one I like. Gold is the metal. Interesting band. Here's another reason why I'm glad I'm doing this, because I'm coming up on a record that I don't remember this at all, but I've kept it, so I need to play this. Mike Cohen, Moments. Okay, this looks like it's going to be some jazz rock. And I don't recognize any of these players. See, this is why I don't need to buy no records. I got records to discover at home. I don't remember this at all. That's what my morning is going to be like. Same with this one. I vaguely remember it a little bit better. I knew that it was worth keeping. Linda Cohen, Angel Alley. Now, there was something about this. She plays classical guitar, steel string. Craig Anderson is on here on synthesizer, and he produced this. I still don't remember what it sounds like, but on the Tomato label. I'm not going to show all the records. Next up, I forget who, but someone wanted me to have this, and I've kept it. I'm glad. Leonard Cohen, You Want It Darker. Is this the last album that he made before he passed away? And I'm pretty sure this is the limited, white vinyl. He's a real poet. He has a deep, intriguing voice. He's gone. I love the stories about how Joni Mitchell, if I got that straight, it was either Joni Mitchell or Judy Collins. Maybe I'm thinking of Judy Collins, who encouraged him to sing his own songs, to get up on stage. I'm glad they did. What's next? Another Cohen from Deerhoof, Chris Cohen. His first solo album, As If Apart. And I bought this when I saw him. Did I open for him? See, I get things mixed up. But he played a show here in town at Oliver's, small bar that I played a bunch of times at. It was a very good show. I might have even opened the show. I don't remember. Red vinyl. But it was really good. He's a good musician. Doesn't sound like Deerhoof, but he's that good that he could play in Deerhoof. Can't describe this, but I'm showing, okay? So this got so much music. What's next? Here's something that's been popping in my mind to play because I don't remember this. And they have several albums, and I just grabbed this one. The Cohelmec Ensemble. Excuse me. It's got a funny name. Hippotigris zebra. Hippo, tigris, zebra. I believe they're French. I think there's a lot of improvisation going on here. So that Swiftly and Continue label. It's black vinyl. They put out different colored vinyl records. This has popped up in my mind. It's like, hey, play that. So I just I hit a gold mine here on this little spot here. What's next? Codona. Codona 2 was Don Cherry, Colin Walcott, and Nana Vasconcelos on ECM. Wonderful music. World music. I'm missing one. I have this one, Codona 3. I don't have the first one on vinyl. Highly recommend all this music the stuff that I don't remember what it sounds like. I'd probably recommend that too. I just have to get refamiliarized. A couple more. I got this from the guitarist and the engineer who recorded this, Mike Fox. Code of Honor, Beware the Savage Jaw. West Coast punk. He was involved with the Subterranean, and it's on Subterranean. He was the house engineer for Subterranean Records. He put out some very interesting stuff back in the early 80s. And he moved to Omaha for a while to get clean on drugs, and we hooked up somehow, probably through the punk rock community, and we hit it off, and we hung out quite a bit. I have them somewhere, some cassettes of us jamming at the house together. This is good stuff. Once again, I haven't played it forever. And then we get into, this is just a few of them. Cocteau Twins. I love the band. I have a lot of their stuff. The Spangle Maker, 12-inch single with that 23 envelope design. Love them. Peppermint Pig, 12-inch. I would really like this when this came out. Played this a lot when it first came out. Sunburst and Snowblind. These aren't in order, and these aren't all of my Cocteau Twins. This is just what I grabbed when I grabbed that bunch. And the last thing is Stars and Topsoil, a collection. They're not in order. There's some more records from the collection for you. I've been saying to myself, I just need to show more of the collection. It goes deep. It goes deep, and again, I say it, I repeat myself, but for a good reason. I am eternally thankful that such a simple thing as music is so engrossing to me, and I'm still interested in it, like I always have been. That's why I openly admit I'm kind of a nerd. I've traveled all over the world. I have interest in a lot of things. I could jump into that mind frame again, but I can also keep it real simple, like I have been, and that works. I'm happy to be alive, seriously happy to be alive, happy to not be homeless, happy that I saved my home, so making the best of it. I'll be thinking about you folks, friends, and other people that I don't know, about you and your lives and what you're doing. And I remember when I was younger, like most people, we get jealous of one another. So-and-so's doing this and so-and-so's doing that. And I'm so glad that now that I'm older, my perspective is, well, that's what they're doing. I'm not them. I can't be them. Don't really know that I would want to be them. So it's pointless to even bother being jealous about what others do. That's what they're doing. There we go. Coinship. Godspeed to the General. Find out about this. I'm going to have to play this to remind myself what it was about that I liked so much. But I did like it. I do like it. Once again, Jim Wilson, if you see this, thanks for studying your music. It's very good. I did think we'd probably get along, if we were to actually meet. But I'll tell you what, I'm kind of happy for this interface. This is just about enough of people. I don't need a house full of folks. Don't need a lot of visitors. I just need to be around good people, and Jim, you strike me as a good person, and your music is fantastic. When I went to your Bandcamp site, unless there's another one, these weren't on the Bandcamp site yet. I haven't checked out your YouTube channel yet, but I'll leave some links so folks can check you out, okay? All right, folks, family, I love you. Take care, people.